Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike with Geo's Train Network. I told myself I was going to do three videos today, and this is video number 3. I'm doing it. It's a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, being a new YouTuber. So anyway, I'm doing a how-to video on ballasting O-scale track, or any track I would imagine it would work on. Behind me here is a number of items that you will need in order to do this, and it's very easy. Again, after watching others do it, getting my process down was the hardest thing, but once you get going, it's not that difficult at all. So first here, you're going to need some isopropyl alcohol or water in a spray bottle. Either one works. If you can't find alcohol right now, 70% or 90%, because of the whole pandemic thing, I found that water works just as well. So nice spray bottle. Medium ballast gray blend by Woodland Scenics is what I used on my track. It's just the right size, I feel, for O-scale. I use some fine ballast cinders, which is black, which is what you see right here for your industrial areas. A nice brush, Scotch Brite pad, a 220 grit sanding block, some Tamiya TS1 red brown paint for painting the rust color on the track. We'll talk about the Woodland Scenics Tidy Track track painter. There's 3 different colors. There's weathered tie, there's rusty nail, and there's the color for the rail itself, which is like a black. A decent model brush here for sweeping. Once you lay down your ballast, sweeping it into place. A piece of cardboard, and then your adhesive for gluing your ballast in place. I found that Tight Bond Ultimate Wood Glue, the green bottle, is what you want for interior, exterior. I tried Loctite spray adhesive at first for the ballast, and I would not recommend using a spray adhesive like 3M Super 77 or this Loctite spray adhesive multi-purpose for ballast. It doesn't work well, and it makes a huge mess. I found that out, unfortunately, and spent many hours trying to clean it off of my rails. So step number 1 is to lay down your ballast, and I'm not that well set up here to where I have a tripod or something to hold the camera, so I'm just going to go over this step by step of what I did without actually doing it. You can just see the finished product here. First step is to lay down your ballast. I would put it in a decent pile here on the rails or on the ties, then use my brush to sweep it into the gaps in between the ties. If you want to go over it with a fine scale model brush after you use this, I found that works well. So get it all swept in place, get it nice and even. I didn't leave it even here in the industrial area. I'm just trying to simulate what I've seen in the real world. Sweep it all even, get it nice and even here along the edges of your ties. Once that is done, once all of your ballast is in place and how you like it, use your spray bottle and soak it. Get it nice and wet. That is to break the surface tension. If you don't break the surface tension, the glue doesn't penetrate how it should, and it definitely does not turn out as nice. So lay your ballast down, soak it with your water or your alcohol. Then comes time for the glue. I found that 1 part glue and 3 parts water works best. The thinner, the better when it comes to the glue. If it's too thick, again, it doesn't penetrate your ballast how it should. So I put 1 part glue here and the rest water in my my little lemonade container here, I guess is what we use that for. So once I do that, I stir it up with a stir stick from Home Depot or anything to stir it. Make sure it's nice and consistent. Pour it into your applicator bottle. I've been reusing this over and over. Once it runs empty, I just refill it from my container here. Once this is full, and once your ballast is nice and wet from your water or your rubbing alcohol, you then just take this. I'm not actually going to do it, but you just take this and you run it down your track. Nice and even pressure. Let it soak. The thing with this is to be patient. Take your time. Give it plenty of time to dry. I found that when doing this ballast project, it took 48 hours for it to fully set up and cure to where it was rock hard and it's not going anywhere. The stuff works great. I would highly recommend this process. Once your ballast is done, once it's dry, then you can move on to painting your rails. Real quick, back to the Tidy Track painter from Woodland Scenics. This is a good product. It's just to get it from eBay, it's expensive. I think I spent $7 a pen plus shipping, and it only takes you so far. I think I got 120, maybe 160 inches of track done and painted before the pen ran out of paint. So I switched over to Tamiya spray paint. And to say first with this stuff, make sure your area is highly ventilated. Have fans going, have your basement windows open. Because when spraying this stuff, I found out that the fumes in your basement get, very strong very quickly. And obviously with a furnace right here and a water heater right here, I had both of these shut off. When painting a flammable paint like this, again, I just reiterate the importance of ventilation, have fans going, and everything else when you're spraying an aerosol product like this in your basement. But it turned out great. I would recommend this to anybody. I spent $10 on 2 cans of this, which did 40 feet of track versus your Woodland Scenics Tidy Track painter. You can't go wrong with this process, and it looks so realistic. I'm absolutely thrilled with the end product or end result. I'll take you over here to the other side. Right, here's the town that I have set up that I showed you in a previous video. Coming down the line here, we're out of the industrial area, and you can see how the track turned out. With the ballast glued in place, with the rails painted, it looks absolutely realistic. Once that was done, I laid down my turf, which was also Woodland Scenics blended turf product. Same process, right? Sprinkle it down, soak it with your water or rubbing alcohol, get it nice and wet to break that surface tension, and then apply your tight bond glue. And after 2 days, it's set. I mean, there's no moving it. So this is the process and the products that I used for ballasting my O-scale track. I hope this helps you guys in your project. I'm signing off. Talk to you. Bye.